Hello everybody, this is Seth McWaha here, and I am bringing you a quick little video on something that I got into from Steam, with a beta from Steam. It's called Steam In-Home Streaming. You can get into this too. You have to apply to get into the beta on their community page. It's pretty cool. So if you'll notice, this is Saints Row 4. It says stream instead of play, and my desktop's over there. This is an Asus G74SX. It's a pretty fast gaming laptop, but it is a few years old. And then obviously the PC over there is my gaming rig. That's what I do all my video editing, all my gaming on, most of my gaming. Sometimes I game on this when I go out, but most of my gaming and work is done on that computer. So what I'm going to be doing is playing a game on that computer, but controlling it and viewing it on this one. And it's called In-Home Streaming, and it works pretty well. So here we go. We're going to start the game up. There are a few requirements to doing this. Of course, the PC that you're streaming from does need to be fast enough to support the game. I'm actually going to be playing the game with an Xbox 360 controller, but you can use a keyboard and mouse. I just find that it's easier to use a controller for Saints Row. The controller is actually plugged into the laptop, not the desktop over there. It also will route all the sound from the desktop back to the laptop, which is pretty cool. I thought that was pretty cool. Especially because, you know, this is meant to be done in your home. So what the real idea isn't to be playing it on a laptop in the same room like I'm doing now. As you can see, it is running over there. Same exact thing happening on both screens. You can't actually use the desktop while you're streaming things to the laptop, unfortunately. So you can't have one machine be gaming and other people on it at the same time. It won't work that way. Not for now, at least. Maybe Steam will work out a way to do that in the future. But now, say your computer's fast enough and your network supports it. You do have to have a rather fast network. I think they recommend having AC, but I think my router is an N router. And this laptop supports AC. Because I don't have an AC router, it's not absolutely perfect, but it does work. Down here, if my camera will focus, I'm using my phone, so sorry about that. It says 60, 59, 60 frames, so it is showing me a frame rate counter and a resolution down there. We're going to go ahead and hit continue. Again, playing with the controller, so sorry, it's going to be really hard to play with one hand while I'm holding the phone with the other. So here we go, we have Saints Row 4. I'm going to go ahead and do a super jump. So you can see there. This is incredibly playable. There's really no latency, which is crazy. You know, I thought doing something like this, there would be input lag or something along those lines, but there really isn't anything. Yeah, see, I'm not very bad at going really fast when I can only play with one hand. But there's not much input lag, and it works. All the combat works. I've played a few other games, BioShock Infinite. They all run just about right. Now, if you play at a resolution that's higher than your laptop's resolution, it does downscale it. Now, that doesn't mean it looks bad. It's almost like anti-aliasing, where it's kind of squishing the bigger picture onto the smaller screen. The picture looks pretty good. No real qualms about it. It looks good. It plays good. If you have a bad network, you're probably not going to get a good picture, unfortunately. And I know it does have different quality modes, because basically what you're doing is you're sending a video over to your laptop to be played while it sends the inputs back to your PC. So the faster your network is, the better gameplay experience you will have. And on my crappy router, I'm getting pretty good experience. Now, the reason I made this video is because Linus Tech Tips actually did a video pretty recently, or not pretty recently, a few months back. They got into the stream beta, and they wanted to show it off. Now, the reason I made this isn't to say that their video was wrong or that there was anything wrong with it. It's just to show it in a less pure environment. They have a very, very good testing environment. They have very, very good equipment. And I wanted to show that when you don't have the best equipment available, this still works really well. And I hope one of them maybe takes a look at my video, even though it's probably really crappy, and says, you know what? That's a good way to prove it. Because sometimes you don't always have it in the best situation, and you know, everything will work in perfect situations, but when something works in less perfect, it's just as good. So there you go. I can show you one more time. It's running over there on the desktop. Sorry, it's a tad blurry. My camera's having trouble focusing on screens. They do that, but it is running on both. So the exact same thing's happening on both screens, and it's absolutely wonderful. Totally playable, which is the biggest highlight here. It works, everybody. It definitely works. And if you want to get into this beta, just go ahead and apply. Find it in the Steam community. I'll probably put a link to it in the description. You can get into the beta, and you can try it out yourself. This has been Seth McWaha, everybody, and I hope all of you have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day.